Hey guys, this is onza04 and welcome to another video of mine, and I will be comparing two Vexilar units, the FL18 and the FL28. Sorry, FLX28. They added the X because it's extra cool this year. It's newly released for 2013, so I figured there's a lot of people out there that are contemplating, should I upgrade or should I not? And I was trying to figure out what the features were between the two, and then figure out, does the price make sense to spend, close to $600 on this new unit? Obviously, you can sell your old unit and get some of that back. So, ultimately, in this video, I'm not going to be talking about the specific features in the FLX28. I'm actually talking about, does it make sense to upgrade from your old unit to your new unit? So I'll be talking about the case. My current one is the Ultra, and then I bought the Pro just because it was more economically smart, because I'd be saving $30-40 plus tax, in addition to the pack differences, and it was kind of immaterial. The transducers, the face dial, the difference between the FLX 28 versus the FL18, the head unit, the inputs, meaning the things that are plugging into the actual head unit, the noise differences between the two, the puck holder, basically the little eye bolt that they cut up and then you can use it to hold without the actual foam insert thing, and the weight comparison. So those are the high level topics that I'm going to talk about, and maybe you can use this video in helping determine if you want to purchase the new device or not. So hang tight and enjoy. Going to do a quick noise test comparison on the FL18 versus the FLX28. Turn on the 18 first. Power cord on. That's the 18. And then here is the 28. This is brushless. This has the old mechanical brush. So, virtually, it's still got some noise, but at least it's, less noticeable. Alright, next let's talk about product dimension. So when I measure this, we're sitting at a little bit under 5 3/4 inches. If I go to this one, we're sitting at a little bit over 5 3/4. So from a housing standpoint, these two areas should switch no problem, because you can control the retention based on these knobs. So 11-year-old casing compared to a 13-year-old 2013 case, it's interchangeable, which is cool, like we've mentioned before with the transducers and all. Alright, so I wanted to show you the back of the actual unit. It says Echo Sounder Vexilar Model FL18. Manufactured for Vexilar Inc., made in Minneapolis, Minnesota, 55420. And the very last line says made in Japan. So I don't exactly know what year this was made, but from my best guess, it was released in 2002, so I'm going to say 2002 to 2004 is when they made most of these products. So apparently once a while ago, Jay has owned this unit. So this is the 2002 FL18. So now if we go into the 28 model, let's see if I can get a good picture angle. Zoom in. We got FLX 28, made in Japan. Check that out. So tell me what kind of device you see these days that are actually made in the same place 11 years later. Not many, actually. So there is a reason why these units cost the amount of money that they do these days. It's still made in the same place. So I found that to be pretty surprising and also very cool. Just one quick thing that I want to mention is the one with the plastic retention spinner thing. It's the ProView, and this is the old model. Obviously, the older one's made out of metal because that's what they did back in the days. They build stuff better. Now it's plastic. I mean, I'm sure it still has the same craftsmanship, but what I wanted to show you is these two have the same size plugs. So even though this FL18 is from 2002, you can use this ProView transducer inside the FL18. So cheap upgrades, but it definitely works. So just wanted to add that into the discussion. Alright, let's talk about the actual face plate or face dial of the actual unit. The first thing you'll notice is the FL18 actually has the markers on here. So it kind of tells you there's less guesswork because you can visually confirm it. So let's see if we turn it on, put it on to normal. We're on 1X normal, and it's showing, you know, alright, what do we got here? There's a lot of crap going on. And since we don't have water, it's real hard to differentiate, you know, what it is, but it's saying that, alright, 3 feet is what the transducer puck is reading. The stuff past it is junk. So that's how I can read this. It's around 3 feet. Alright, so you have the little markers, and if you're on 1X, it's the outer ring, and so forth and so on. So I'll turn this off. On the 28, on the other hand, oops, go to auto mode. It takes somewhere around 3 seconds for it to figure out what the actual depth is. So this thing is saying 4.6, you know, and in truthfulness, it's really not that. But let's say it is. You got yourself 1, 2, 3. So each little dot is considered a foot measurement. So that's kind of nice because it tells you how deep you're at, and then it tells you, you know, how many green little bubbles, and then it's automatically set, which is really cool. So I can't really show you, but you can see the little tick marks. So if I go to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I go to 20, it's the same. 20 all the way around. 30, each little green bubble is considered a foot. 40, that's when it jumps up, where it's not going to be a direct, I believe it's every little green dot is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and so forth for here as well. So once you go off, you see nothing. It's just a black screen, just like that. Alright, let's talk transducer differences. The one on the 18 currently is equipped with a 12 degree puck. So that's the bottom. I mean, so you get to see a 12% view down at the bottom of the lake. The Pro view, on the other hand, ironically, is a lot wider, yet it's only 9 degrees. But I've read online that you can turn up the gain, and it'll actually the cone will actually grow. So those are the two comparisons in size. If you were to put them next to each other, you kind of have to be careful when you're going from hole to hole, and if there's some ice buildup, you do not want to use this as an icebreaker. Just stick your shoe inside and break it that way, because this stuff is fragile. There's little liquid crystals inside, and you do not want to be damaging it. And over time, if you just keep using it as a icebreaker, it won't perform like it should. So there are the two differences. Next, let's talk about the Ultra case versus the Pro case. We'll start with the front. The front, you got yourself the charging leads. So you got the positive and the negative, and then you have an actual on-off switch, which literally cuts all the power going to the unit. So as soon as you're done using it, you can click it off, and you know that no power is being drawn anywhere else. So it's just a better, fail-safe switch to make sure you're not drawing any additional power and using battery. On this unit, it's just directly hooked up to the battery, so you're not going to have that advantage. I'll show you when we get to the back. It's got the same designs where it has the cord holder, the cord holder, and then it's got a few holes for accessories along the top. Same with the Pro Pack. Each of these come with the little rod holders. I have an extra one, so I'll be able to transfer it over and at least use that. You got the little transducer eye bolt holder. I don't know exactly what the technical term is, and each of them come with a tackle box. So we'll go switch to the back. You'll notice right away that this Ultra Pack is a lot more bulkier, just based on the design, because the battery is inside here. It's out of the elements, so that's kind of nice, but it does add weight, close to half a pound from my measurement, from my tests earlier. Here is the Pro Pack. It's got a cool little transducer holder in the back. You got the battery right here. Like I said, it's exposed, the leads are exposed, so let's say if there's rain, freezing rain or whatnot, you do have a higher chance of seeing a short circuit. But I do like the fact that it's just open plastic, so it's a lightweight design, and that's what I like. When I'm hole hopping and I gotta carry quite a few things, it's easier to carry something that's even just a half pound lighter. That's why I went with this pack, and it was a lot more economically smarter choice going with the Pro Pack at the time, just because we're talking $600 after tax, and that's a lot of money. So those are the main differences. And the other difference that I didn't show you in the front, it's got the little battery indicator. There's a new one that just got released that shows you the depth and the battery, but for its time, that's what it had, and it's pretty nice. But on this one, it actually tells you what your voltage is as soon as you turn it on. 12.7. Not much guesswork there. Let's talk about the little eye hooks or transducer puck holders that the Vexilar gives us. Sorry, I got a little tongue tied there, so pull this thing out. See if I can remove this. So this is the actual one that they provide us. Standard quarter 20. So I lost mine on the 18, so I made my own. Took a Dremel, chopped this little piece off, obviously not the same, but pretty close. And then I actually plasti dipped it, so it's got a little more grip. And then here's an extra one if I ever lose it, so I gotta back up. So that's kind of what I did in order to replace this deal. And I actually like the old nylon nuts instead of just a regular nut, because it just spins freely. And this one you can actually, requires a little bit of tool work in order to get it to work. Here is the weight comparison for the two Vexilars. First up is the 18. $9.5. No tackle box. I did have this in there, but I'll add it to the 48 as well and see what we get on the 48. So I gotta find the... I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's reading 9.2. So the difference is pretty minimal, but like I said, every ounce helps. If I change it to ounces, it's 147 ounces. Versus 150. So there you go. Weight comparison. As always, I appreciate your guys' time, subscribership, and comments. So I will be creating some more videos on the FLX28, so stay tuned, and thank you for watching.